Hey friends, it's Laura with Laura's Handmade Haven. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so glad you joined me today. We're continuing our delightful desert quilt along. We'll be working on block 2 in the pattern, which is the Puma. And on the pattern sheet right here, this is our little Puma right here. This is definitely a much less complicated block than the last one that we did, which was this cute little ringtail cat. This one, the letters only go up through J instead of X. So that's a lot less cutting and a lot less sewing to do to get that cute little block sewn up. Now, if you haven't done this already, please make sure you're downloading that quilt project organization sheet that is specifically for Delightful Desert. Now, hopefully you saved your letters from the first block we cut out together, because you'll be able to reuse those for each block in the quilt. So gather those up and head on over to the cutting table with me. Now, as I said, there's a lot less cutting to do for this little Puma block than there was for the ringtail cat block. So the first thing we're going to do is grab your fabric number 5 and we'll start cutting those pieces. Now remember, I do not tell you any of the sizes that I'm cutting because that is specifically to the pattern. So if you do want to make this block with me, make sure you grab your pattern. All right, this is all the pieces we need for the Puma block, so we're going to head on over to the sewing machine and get this sewn up. If you haven't watched my videos before, I'm using a Juki DX7. I have my stitch set to 2.2 as a straight stitch. I use a 1/4 inch piecing foot, and I do love the extension table that came with my Juki. So it's nice. I love this machine. I've had it for about 4 years now. And it is running really well. I've had it serviced once, and I've been nothing but happy with this machine. All right, so I'm just going to basically follow the pictures and the instructions and the pattern. I think that for the most part, everything's going to be going together the way it's intended. And I don't think there's too many tricky places in here. Just make sure that you do follow the instructions and watch your layouts. There are a few angles, especially with those ears, that you want to be conscious of, because this accent color out here is supposed to go on the outside of the ear. So there is a diagram in there on how to accomplish that. So basically your accent color is going to go up on the top, and you're going to sew across this direction, and that way when you flip it back, that accent color will be on the outside the way it should be. So I am definitely angly challenged, so I'm probably going to make sure I double and triple check that before I actually sew it down. Now I do have washi tape on my machine, and that allows me to basically line up this square on the edges of this fabric, and then get that point right on the line right here between my 2 strips of washi tape, and it will give me a really nice half square triangle, or an angled seam. Now I did skip ahead just a little bit because I don't like cutting my thread that often. So I'm actually working with figure 3 and figure 2 at the same time, and just trying to go back and forth, and just kind of making sure I don't have to cut that thread as much as I would need to if I just did one step at a time. Now that does take a little practice, and it does take a little bit of thought, because you want to make sure that you're not skipping something or doing something wrong. And again, we're just going to put that accent strip at the top. That way when we flip it back down this way, that accent strip will be on the side, which will be the accent for those ears on the Puma. Now that was one of the eye units, so I'm going to do the other eye unit. And remember, it's opposite. So just pay attention to where this black accent color is. Make sure you have your eyes going the right way. I believe I made this one. Yep. So it's the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and sew it to the middle of the head just so I can keep track of which eyeball's which. Now this is the right side of the eyeball. So just before I start sewing things on there, I'm just going to lay it out and give it a good look and make sure that it is going the right direction because we don't want our eyeballs all wonky. Now, as I am sewing down the second side of the head, this is the second eyeball, I have the eyeball unit on the top just so I can press the seams the way I want them as I'm sewing down this unit. All right, so here we have our little face unit that's sewn together with our cute little eyeballs. And then we also have our ear unit, which I still need to trim this side down. But these little ears will be flipping back on top of this little head, so that's super cute. I'm going to set those off to the side after I trim this ear. And go ahead and work on the muzzle unit. If you're following along, this is on page 10 in the pattern, and we're working with figure 6 at this point. Now, this is definitely going to be the most complicated unit of the Puma block. You're going to start with these 2 white rectangles, and you're going to add on some corner triangles just with the black accent and then the main face color. Now, these are going to be opposite because it's either side of his little nose. So just make sure that you do whatever you got to do. Lay them out or mark them or do something to make sure that you're doing opposites on these 2 little muzzle units. I like to check them each time just to make sure. How many of you caught that I sewed one of the ears on incorrectly? I had to do a little seam ripping and a new seam to make sure that that one ear was going the right direction. Not sure what I was thinking there, but it wasn't right. All right, so the last part that I have to do for this one, and this is actually the left-hand side, you have a background square that we're going to sew on across here. So you're going to go across the other one, the other square that you already put on, and you trim that seam, and then you're going to go the opposite way to finish off that section of the little muzzle. And then this is the right-hand side of the muzzle. I'm just giving a little finger press there because I want to make sure that these seams do go back to the dark fabric, not the white, because I don't want to cause any shadowing on the front of my block. And again, just lining that point up on my washi tape that's on the extension table so I can get a really accurate seam across that square. And then here's the left-hand side. It's going to be so cute. Now, just so I don't have to cut my thread here, I'm going to go ahead and sew the ears onto the top of the head. And again, just to prevent any shadowing on the front of the block, I am going to press that seam down, even though there's, I don't know, normally I would not do that, but I just don't want to have any shadowing against that background fabric. And now we're going to sew our muzzle together, sew our muzzle onto our face, give it a good press, and have a reveal. Now the nose. All right, so I know I told you on the ringtail cat I would nest these by going opposite ways, and I kind of have nested them, but at the last second here, I'm going to let my presser foot come up, and I'm going to put it back down because I want both of those going towards the black, because again, I don't want any shadowing on the front on that white fabric. And that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now we're going to just sew this little muzzle on here, and we'll be done with the block. except for pressing and showing it off. So just like we did the little ringtail block, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this first from the back, just because I want to make sure that all these seams are pressed the way I want them to begin with, and then we'll flip it over and press it again from the front. I think I have some seam ripping to do because I'm pretty sure his ears are supposed to go the other direction. Okay, so we just completed the second block for our quilt, which is that little Puma block. I have him up here on the design wall next to his friend, the ringtail cat. This block was definitely a lot quicker and a lot easier than the ringtail cat. Neither one of them have been very difficult. So if you're looking at this pattern, you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is too much to take on, please try to believe me when I say it isn't. Just try to get organized at the beginning, and then when you start cutting out your blocks and sewing them together, just label all your pieces, follow the directions, and you're going to end up with a really cute block. Just make sure your ears aren't upside down. I hope you enjoyed this video on block 2 of the Delightful Desert Quilt Along. I hope it encourages you to start taking on some Elizabeth Hartman designs. Until next time, find joy in all you do. Carve out some time for crafting and creating. And remember, it's always better when you make stuff up.